Hi friends, today we are going to see how to simulate kinetic reaction, or in terms CSTR or PFR, which is termed as kinetic reactor in Aspen HYSYS. The case which I have taken is a very unique case wherein we need to design the system and we are not just going to simulate a given dimension reactor. So basically it will involve a kind of trial and error method in order to find out the volume. Since we know that modular mode sequential simulators can't perform design problems, they generally can perform rating problems. So job at our hand is to produce 300 million pounds of ethylene a year by cracking pure ethane and producing hydrogen along with that as a byproduct. The reaction is considered to be irreversible and elementary. That means the rate of reaction is kCa. Moreover, it is required that we must get 60% of the conversion of the ethane. So we are supposed to perform dual task of obtaining 60% conversion. At the same time, we have to find out the volume corresponding to that, which is generally just by a single shot. You can't do that in any sequential modular approach. So we'll have to use some trial and error means. In fact, I'm going to use HSTEM at the end of this particular simulation case study. The reaction is to be done, or reactor should operate at 1150 Kelvin isothermally and the pressure should be 5 atmosphere. Additional data which is given is the value of reaction rate constant K given at 1000 Kelvin. Now we know that plus activation energy is also given. We require to add K0, that is frequency factor or pre-exponential factor, which is not given directly here. We need to calculate it using the Arrhenius law. K is equal to K0 exponential minus E by RT. I've already done that in an Excel file. This is what is given to us, 0.072, and this is E by RT. You have to be careful about the units of R. This is the unit. This is the value of R with respect to 82 kilocalorie. And then you can find out the K0. So this becomes your pre-exponential factor. Now I have to add the same into the reactor. I've already generated the flow sheet, but you can see that the reaction is still not done properly. If you see the reaction is yet to be completed. So I'll do that first. I already generated the stream, that is ethane, with its required temperature and pressure. The temperature is 1150. See, let me see what is the inlet temperature given to that. Since the inlet temperature is not given, I'll go with 1150 Kelvin only. And pressure is 5 atmosphere. This flow rate has been calculated based on the understanding that if I want to produce 300 million pounds of ethylene per year, so I need to first find out production of ethylene per day, that is dividing the number of working days. Then I have to divide that with number of working hours, that is first maybe 330, 335 because some 30 days of shutdown, then 24. That gives me the number of moles of ethylene produced per hour, per day and then per hour. Then that is to be divided with 0.6 because we require 60% conversion. So that will give you the early feed requirement of ethane. So based on that, I have already calculated the ethane. You can try out on your own, and this value may vary here and there depending upon how many days you take for production. Now I already added the compositions and the conditions are given. So your ethane is simulated. I have already given all the required input output for the reactor. We have given the feed, vapor product, liquid product and energy. Now let us complete the reaction. So let's go and talk about the reaction. This is what has been defined based on the stoichiometric coefficient. Base component ethane, basis is molar concentration. Reaction phase is a vapor phase because it is all going to be the vapor phase reaction. Since nothing is given in in terms of rate, but we know that this is how in terms of pounds. So we have pound per hour, so we go with pound mole per feet cube. In fact, you can change these units if you require. Now this is the pre-exponential factor which we already calculated, that is 6.024 e to the power 16, and activation energy is 82 kilocalorie per gram mole. So I'll go to that. 82. You have to be very careful about the unit, kilocalorie per gram mole, and your reaction is ready. Now this reaction needs to be attached to the fluid package. It is showing the message that it is not attached. So I am attaching it. Attach this to this, and you can see that now it has turned to green. You can go to the simulation, and you can just see that the simulation has been performed. However, I have skipped a step that I had to add the reaction which is already being done before we entered the reaction. So if we look at this and if we see the design, and if you see the rating, we are right now given some random value of the volume. Right, let us get rid of this, and let's say that the diameter is 1 meter, and let's say the volume I am giving is 2 meter cube. So the height will be automatically calculated, and we go to reaction, and if we see the results, you can see that the conversion is very less. So if I need to increase that conversion, what I need to do is I need to increase the volume. So say for example I make this volume to 5, diameter to 5, and volume to, say for example, sorry, I make this to 10 and this to be 1. So if I go and see the results, you can just see that it is 0.445. So what I need to do is I need to check the volume term, and I'll just have to see the reaction back, and now if I change the units, and let us see the result. Yeah, the results are changing. So the unit of reaction has a big impact, and that's why since the k value which is given is in second inverse, and since my data is in terms of I have taken that in kilocalorie per gram mole, that is the R value, I have changed the unit accordingly. Now what is our aim? Our aim is to find out the design, that is volume for 60% conversion. So say for example if I make this to 5, and if I look at the result, it is roughly 81. So now what I'll do is, rather than trial and error, I'll go to my adjust tab. I'll open that. My adjusted variable will be the volume of CSTR, tank volume, and targeted variable will be CSTR conversion, and I'll specify the value to be 60, and I'll go to parameters. I'll say tolerance is, maybe I can say 0.1 meter cube is sufficient. Step size is this. Minimum is 0. Maximum as such I can go unbounded, but I'll give 500, which is too much, and see it has been converged. If you go to the results, you can see that it is almost 60%, and the corresponding volume you are getting is 1.48. So this is how you can simulate a particular CSTR. The same thing you can do with the help of a PFR in the same and we'll take PFR. We'll take the plug flow reactor, and we'll define this as ethane PFR, and we'll define it from our stream of ethane. Since it is identical, we'll join it to the, and this is U. in PFR out, and we'll also have Q PFR, right? So we have done all the required attachment to the PFR. Now we'll attach the reaction. We'll go to reaction, we'll add the reaction set, and it shows that the dimensions are still to be defined. I will have to give the total volume, length and diameter. Let's say we give total volume as 1 and length as 1. So your diameter has been counted, number of Q's, wall thickness will keep as default, and we'll see that this is still not simulated. Reason being, we've added Q. So what we need to do is, since the reaction is isothermal, we'll give this the same thing we would have done in the CSTR as well, and once we do that, okay, I think we need to give the pressure drop to be 0, and we got the simulation, but the reaction result which we get is 85%. Now what we want is, we want that to be 60%. So we'll again repeat the same thing. We'll take the adjusted, we'll put it here. Our adjusted variable would be PFR reactor volume, and the target variable would be PFR conversion, and our specified value would be 60, and we'll go to the parameters, same thing, 0, maybe 50, and it is converted. So if you look at the volume now, it is 0.3941 meter cube, whereas the volume required here is 1.480, and the conversion, if you see here, 60% exactly. So this also emphasizes that for the same, otherwise same condition, if you compare PFR and CSTR, volume requirement for the PFR will be lesser than the volume requirement of the CSTR. See, you can just see here that if I put the values, here it doesn't show the volume, but then I can add the property. This is 1.48, as against that this is 0.3941. So this is how you can simulate a kinetic reaction, right?